Hey guys, just wanted to give you a little help with 16a. We're going to try and find the coordinate of this centroid C because it's connection of all the medians. And then we want to show that the ratio of Q to C and Q to O is 2/3. So we want to show that. We don't want to just claim we claimed it in class. But let's show it with some coordinates to see that that distance is actually 2/3 of the total distance. To do that, I got to find the coordinates of M, N, and O, which I have my midpoint formula up here for you. So I'm going to add the x's together, which 0 plus 10 is 10, divided by 2 is 5, 12 divided by 2 is 6. Then I have my 10 plus my 6, which is 16, so half of that is 8. Half of the 12 direction is 6. From 0 to 6, that's at 3, 0. So quickly just find the midpoints. But to find this actual centroid, what I'm going to have to do is find the intersection of these lines. Now there isn't a formula that can find the centroid given a bunch of midpoints and things like that, but we're not going to use that quite yet. We're going to say I'm going to find a line for PN, or the segment PN. Let's go line. And you can pick either one. I'm going to pick QO. So to find PN, what I'm going to do is, just as normal, given two coordinates, find the slope and find the y-intercept. What's nice about PN is I know the y-intercept. So if you notice, I go up or rise 6 and then run 8. So a 6 over 8 becomes a 3/4. And since my y-intercept is 0, PN is just 3/4 x. Now the next one's a little bit harder. We'll pick QO, where I have two coordinates of, let's see here, 3, 0 and 10, 12. So I have to go through my slope formula, which will be 12 minus 0 over 10 minus 3, which in this case will be 12 over 7. So not the nicest slope in the world, but that's okay. I'm going to show you how I find the equation of line if I have fractions. What I can do is say, well, there's another coordinate on here called xy. And what I can do is find the slope between xy and 3, 0, for example. That I want to have the same slope as 12/7, but I'm going to find it by going y minus 0 over x minus 3. Notice I'm finding the slope between those two, but I want it to have the same slope here. And we've been dealing a lot with ratios and proportions, so we can see that if I do the cross product here, I get 12x minus 36 equals 7y. Now if I wanted to y equals, just so I have it like this, I would divide by 7, so y equals 12/7 x. And as you can see, that's what we had before, minus 36/7. So again, not the nicest fractions in the world, but it is the equation of that line. So I have a 12/7 x minus 36/7. And if I want these to intersect, what I have to do is set them equal to each other. So 3/4 x equals 12/7 x minus 36/7. 36/7. I'm going to bring my 12/7 to the other side. I'm going to subtract 12/7, or 12/7 x, I should say. And normally we have fractions. We have to get a common denominator. We can make this into 28ths here. So this would be, let's see, 21 28ths minus 48 28ths. And those are both x's, so I'll keep those there. I'm going to leave you at this point for finding the equation or finding the intersection because I want you to practice with these fractions. I found the common denominator for you. Eventually this will be that many x's equals negative 36/7. And you can find the x, plug it into Pn to find the y coordinate of C. So I just wanted to give you a little start with this one. Now let's say you find the coordinate of C. Eventually I want to show you that the ratio is 2/3. Now to find that ratio, what we have to use is the distance formula. We have to actually find the lengths. So what I want you to show me on your homework is that QC divided by QO equals something. Now we talked about we want this length QC to be 2/3 of the total length. So see if you can show that with the distance formula. You have the coordinate of C now. You should through this blue work over here. And you have the coordinate of Q, so you're just plugging them in, finding the distance between those two, and divide it by the total distance. So, I really want you to show you practicing making equations of lines. Practice the intersections. If you need to find the equation of MR, do that, and then find the intersection. But this is, bringing up a lot of good review topics, so hopefully that helps. Find the distance of at least QC to QO. If you want to find PC to PN, it should have the same ratio. I don't care which one you show, just show one of these links has the ratio of 2/3 to 1/3. See you later, guys.